to Wednesday's News Moto, brought to you by Riel. In this News on Two Wheels, you get to watch footage of a ride in Cambodia, while I update you on the news of the week. Today's ride, though, is something different once again. We trade 2 wheels for 4 and take a ride through the countryside to the east of Siem Reap in a vintage Jeep with CambodiaJeep.com. We met the owners on our trip to the new airport for the rehearsal last week, and they invited us to go out with them again on Monday to meet the first commercial flight. So we were out at the airport on its first day of operation, and a video of that trip will come soon, along with updated information about the available transfer options. At For Real, we donate all of the money we earn from YouTube to charities in Cambodia. Here's the total we've donated so far. We are so pleased that we can do this, and it's made possible because you, our viewers, watch our videos. Today, I want to share a very quick story of Chris, one of our viewers. We met him earlier this year while we were staying in Kuala Lumpur, as he lives there. We enjoyed lunch together, and just before we left, he handed me a $50 note with instructions to give it to one of the charities that we support. Fast forward to last week, and we finally got around to giving that very same $50 note to Heartprint, and they used it to purchase this bicycle for a girl who needed one. Bicycles play a huge role in keeping children in school for longer. Secondary or high schools are less in number than primary schools, and this means that they're often much further away from home for many of the students. What was a short walk to the local primary school can become an insurmountable distance once children move up to secondary school. A bicycle allows them to travel further and keep going with their education. Such a simple thing that makes such a big difference. Thank you, Chris. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get on to the news. It's Wednesday the 18th of October, and today we have an update on Siem Reap's new airport. We look at some hotels that are finally reopening after COVID, and we check out the rather expensive new uniform for Cambodia's high flyers. In an historic first, the Siem Reap Angkor International Airport commenced operations on Monday with a total of 17 commercial flight arrivals on the first day. A host of dignitaries and a couple of YouTube ring-ins were on hand to welcome the first commercial flight landing. Video of that visit will be coming soon. The new airport marks the strengthening and expansion of air travel to Siem Reap and is significant as it marks the country's first large-scale airport. With 38 berths, the airport has the ability to manage 7 million passengers annually. It will increase its capacity to a staggering 12 million passengers a year by 2040. In terms of cargo, it has the capacity to handle 10,000 tonnes of air cargo per year from 2023, increasing to 26,000 tonnes annually by 2040. In addition, the airport can accommodate 65,800 flights per year at the moment, soaring up to 112,700 flights a year by 2040. Those are some very big numbers. Statistics show that 3.4 million air travellers landed in Cambodia in the first 8 months of 2023. That figure marks an increase of 180% compared to last year. In 2019, though, 6.61 million international tourists arrived in Cambodia, adding $4.92 billion to the country's economy. This increase in tourism means more hotel rooms will be needed, and a number of Siem Reap hotels are opening or reopening their doors in anticipation of the upcoming high season. For example, the 112-room Ibis Styles Siem Reap, originally touted as the city's first international standard economy hotel, shut down in March 2020. It will reopen next month under the guidance of a newly installed general manager. She said reopening Ibis after all that time was actually quite easy because the building was relatively new. The property was only open for a year and a half before it closed due to COVID. According to the Ibis manager, though, general recruitment has been more of a challenge because Siem Reap continues to have skills shortages, particularly with roles that require experience with specific systems. We were able to welcome back a few ex-Ibis Styles employees and recruit fresh graduates from both the Salabai School and Paul de Brule, who are familiar with international hospitality groups and are keen to experience a corporate structure, she said. On the subject of Salabai School, Jeremy is currently editing a vlog all about the wonderful work they do, so keep an eye out for that coming soon. On September 30, Siem Reap's ultra-exclusive and faultlessly discreet Amansara Resort also reopened after maintenance. Now moving on to something a little less positive, but nevertheless ends well. A Cambodian Mine Action Centre, or CMAC, expert team safely removed an explosive remnant of war. It was a US-made Mk-82 aerial bomb, and it was located in a northwestern suburb of Phnom Penh. CMAC's Director General Heng Ratna said the team discovered the 230-kilo unexploded bomb and safely transported it to the CMAC's disposal centre. Cambodia is one of the countries worst affected by ERWs, that's explosive remnants of war, and UXOs, that's unexploded ordnances, due to 3 decades of war and internal conflict during the mid-60s until 1998. It is estimated that 4 to 6 million landmines and other munitions were left behind following those conflicts. According to Yale University, between 1965 and 1973, the United States dropped 230,516 bombs on 113,716 sites in Cambodia. Now moving on to our Explaining the News section. The Samdech Techo Association for the Development of SME Enterprises in Cambodia has announced the price for the official uniform worn by Oknyas in Cambodia. The official uniforms of Oknyas in the Kingdom of Cambodia for use during national festivals, national traditions, and other official ceremonies will come at a cost of $600 per person. This price includes a tailor-made shirt and pair of pants or skirt, and 1 pair of regalia. So what is an Oknya? Well, historically, Oknyas were nobility appointed by the king. Since the re-establishment of the monarchy in Cambodia in 1993, the appointment of Oknyas has been restored as the highest title that can be bestowed on civilians. So, do you have what it takes to be elected as an Oknya? In 1994, you could throw your hat into the ring for the small price of $100,000 donated to the government. But in 2017, this was increased to $500,000, so we're talking about high net worth individuals here. Before having the title bestowed, however, recipients must take an oath of service and honesty. Now it's time for an Only in Cambodia moment. Former Prime Minister Hun Sen says that the new iPhone 15 is the most difficult to use of any iPhone he has ever owned, and he says he will ditch it in favour of an older model. Speaking on social media, the former PM stated, "For people using iPhone, I am a person who uses iPhone in large numbers and all generations. iPhones have helped me a lot in work, which I thank and appreciate. What I notice is that a newly released iPhone 15 is the most difficult phone to use. I am using 4 items of iPhone 15, which are all difficult to use. I will return to use iPhone 14, 13 and 12. I still love and use iPhone, but I just want to tell those who have not used iPhone 15, please hold on if you do not want to suffer like me." Now moving on to a good news story. The Ministry of Rural Development and Ministry of Cults and Religions signed an MOU to ensure pagodas across the country have adequate toilets and running water. A spokesperson of the Ministry of Cults and Religions said the ministry has recently received reports about pagodas hit by water shortages and a lack of toilets. How many pagodas do you think there are in Cambodia? Have a guess and I'll tell you the answer in just a second. Okay, there are 1,533 pagodas in Cambodia. The MOU said the adequate water supply and sanitation are indispensable and universally recognised needs to improve the living conditions of rural communities in line with the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This will be achieved in 3 phases. The first phase is to gather the data on which pagodas need assistance in this area. The second phase is to inspect the sites and ascertain the scope of work for each project. And third, they will establish a committee to oversee the works. This is huge for Cambodia as pagodas are more than a place of worship. They're key structures in communities where people can gather, and they're often a place where poorer people can find shelter and a bit of support. That brings us to the end of this week's news. You're now up to date with all of the most important events in the kingdom. In case you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link to the video tour we did of the new Siem Reap airport. Thank you so much for supporting that video. It's been one of our most successful ones so far. Thanks so much for watching this video as well. Take care, have a great week, and we'll see you very soon.